What's going on, esteemed witnesses? Today we have a match with Testing11229. Looking at threats on his side, looking at the stout land. Rosary seems a bit outplaced, but I have plenty to deal with it. Latios is going to be a potential issue, especially if my Empoleon and or Salamence goes down. Entry hazard is going to be set up by Hippowdon. Looking at threats on my side, the key to this game is going to be keeping Gyarados, Donphan, and Gengar alive. So let's get right into the battle. Alright, so he's going to be leading off with a Roserade. I'm going to lead with Gengar. I figured I could get a free sub, either figuring the Sleep Powder or a setup move as far as entry hazards, which I am correct. I predict him to switch immediately and head up for the Focus Blast, but that turns out to be a pretty good prediction. Just going to hit it up with a Shadow Ball as I trade Shadow Ball for 2 layers of Toxic Spikes and of course the residual Sandstorm damage on my Gengar. Now, this Hippowdon I see after the Shadow Ball does take very minimal, so it is very specially defensive and HP oriented, going to get up a free layer of rocks. So we've got 2 layers of Toxic Spikes and rocks, but unfortunately the trade-off here is I'm going to be able to burn both walls, beating his Skarmory and Hippowdon, as he gets up another layer of spikes. Luckily for me, he's going to get the second layer up of spikes here, but the Focus Blast, 2 of them are both going to hit and take this Skarmory out of the game. And Skarmory wasn't really that big of an issue. This Hippowdon, however, is a pretty big issue because Stealth Rocks do wear down my team very, very nicely. In addition, the special bulk in the sand is going to be quite a bit of an issue. The burn will help wear this thing down, but it's not going to work as well as I'd like it to. So Sleep Powder luckily going to miss Roserade as I bring in Salamence. Got to come in on Stealth Rocks, take the Sandstorm damage. I figure it's an opportune time to get the Wish Protect shenanigans going. As I decide to just fodder off Gengar, I was kind of thinking Retaliate was coming, so I was hoping I could actually save Gengar, but that's going to give me a pretty good switch into my defensive wall, my Donphan. And I figured the Jellicent's coming, figured my Rapid Spin, so I'm just going to Earthquake as he switches in on that Earthquake. Does a pretty nice chunk of damage to Jellicent. 37% is not too shabby at all. Just going to get up a free recover here. And if you wonder why the background's a little glitchy, it is because of the Sandstorm. So you're just going to have to bear with the weather here. Now, I was hoping he wouldn't switch. I knew he'd probably switch to Hippowdon. He did see Wish and Protect, so I don't know if he figured I had the Toxic or that I wasn't going to use it. But he does play me very well there, going back into Hippowdon, which is already burned, which can absorb that status ever so efficiently. Draco doesn't quite finish it off, just because I don't have that much special attack investment. So I'll take this opportunity here to get another Wish Protect up, and I will go into Franziska Von Karma. I wish I could put Crobat wings on this thing, because Crobat, this is your set, and I will credit you in the description. So next up, I'm going to get Whirlwinded out into my Donphan. I figured, again, the Jellicent would come, but I figure it's a perfect opportune time to get up my Stealth Rocks. I am going to need them, but unfortunately, my Salamence, forgive me, my Donphan's being worn down very nicely, and Salamence is a perfect switch into this, being I am specially defensive and really could care less about the burn. And he goes for the Taunt on this next turn, which is fine, because that's going to let me get Donphan in. I am going to have to go down to 26%, but he is going to switch out. I'm not sure why, but it is going to let my Donphan come back up to 86 after leftovers and 79% after the toxic damage. I am going to get a very lucky crit here, but I knew the Jellicent was going to come back out again, trying to play on my Rapid Spin. But Earthquake luckily going to keep this Jellicent at a very nice range, and I figure Godo has a free setup here because I have the Lumberry, so I'm not really concerned about the burn. As the recover starts, I'm just going to dance up here. I really don't see any other reason. The Sandstorm racking up on the Jellicent is going to aid me in dealing with it. And the Earthquake does a nice 40% at +2, so I'm just going to continue Earthquake at 47% there. And between the Sandstorm damage residually, he's going to go for the Scald, trying to get the burn, but it would not matter because I have the Lumberry, so just going to take that thing out with an Earthquake. Now he's going to go back into Stoutland, and I figure I'm going to go ahead and get the Intimidate off in case he wants to go for Retaliate, even though my Empoleon resists it. But I'm just going to sack Mince here, as it's done pretty much everything I needed to do. So now Donphan coming back, and finally I'm going to get to Rapid Spin off all those hazards. Now he is going to predict that ever so nicely. by going into his Paladin. I'm predicting my switch going to set his Rocks back up, because Rocks is still beneficial because it does deal with my Victini, Gyarados, Donphan to a very slight residual part, and very little damage to Empoleon. Just going to go for that Ice Beam here, easily take this guy out, and go into Stoutland. I really don't want to sack Frenzy Skill on Karma, so I'm just going to go back into this thing, and I missed what it went for. I think it went for Return. Yeah, it went for Return. And unfortunately, even after the Intimidate, Return's going to take 2 of my Pokemon down, leaving me with Godo and Phoenix Wright. So I'm going to set up a Swords Dance on this Latios. This Latios can't do too much to me at all. I see Hidden Power, just going to go for the Drill Peck. I can see it's a 2-hit KO regardless because of the Sandstorm damage. So I'm just going to take that free shot and take this guy out. And for 50% and plus 2, Aqua Jet will take him down. So that was an excellent game, testing 112.29. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. And as always, rate, comment, subscribe, thumbs up, peace out, objection, and find the computer room. Later.